You know how there are a lot of places that look a lot more dangerous than they really are using, various camera tricks. Now, Death Road is not one of those places. It really is as dangerous as it looks like in the pictures. Now, what is a Death Road? It is about a 67-68 kilometer gravel road stretch in Bolivia that was built by Paraguayan prisoners in the 1930s during the Chaco War time. It connects La Paz, which is the capital of Bolivia, to Las Yungas. It has no hand railing whatsoever and has an average drop of 2000 feet on one side. And what makes it even more dangerous is the constant mist, the drop in temperature, the waterfalls, the gravel. At times, the boulders can be quite big, and a lot of other things. And where does it get the name Death Road from? Before an alternate route was created, an average of 300 people used to die annually on this stretch of road. The road you're seeing in the video is the new paved road leading to Death Road. We did ride a good distance on this. However, it was all downhill. 96% of the entire day is going to be downhill. There was an uphill stretch on this road. However, we didn't get to ride that part. We got back in the car and covered that distance. I guess it's because the gravel part is the most exciting part, so we had to reach that. Yeah. About the tour, it generally starts at 8 in the morning. That's when I was picked from my hostel, and I was dropped back at 8 in the evening, very close to my hostel. It included a buffet lunch, breakfast, but that breakfast was given at 11, and it was, I think, essentially a protein bar and a banana. I like a heavy breakfast, so I did eat before my tour started. And all the equipment, which is the most important thing, so that is something that you have to be careful about because the road really is dangerous. So I was given biking trousers, the top, biking helmet, knee pads, and elbow pads, and gloves. Yes, because the place where we start biking is around 4,600 meters high. So it was snowing back then. It was also drizzling in places, so it was really, really cold. Yes, so that is something that you have to take into account. The cost of these tours can range anywhere between $50 to $120. And like they say, you get what you pay for. Another important inclusion of the bike tour is actually all the photos and the videos that you are seeing here. I have taken none of these pictures. At no point did I have any of my personal belongings on me. It was way too dangerous. It definitely would have fallen off me. All these pictures and videos are taken by our tour guide who was riding in front of us and often stopped to take these videos, asked us to stop and took our pictures in front of waterfalls and all the beautiful scenery. There was also a jeep that was following us in case anyone was injured, would have been injured. There was a car, so that gave me some peace of mind. So what is the status of this road today that was once given the title of the world's most dangerous road? Well, an alternate road was constructed in 2006-7 connecting these two places. It's a proper tar road, two-lane road. However, the gravel road, the original road that was constructed by the Paraguayan prisoners, still exists. And it attracts a lot of thrill seekers every year on year, and now there are a lot of local companies that take these thrill seekers on guided bike tours on this road. So now that four-wheelers are not commuting on an everyday basis on this road, is it still as dangerous? I mean, the numbers have of course dropped, but people still die on this stretch of road. In fact, to give my own experience, I did have a very bad fall on the road. Had I was thrown from the handrail. Had I fallen on my left side, I would have gotten off the cliff. I fell to my right over a boulder and I had bad injuries that lasted weeks. I tried looking up the numbers though, and I couldn't find a reliable source that gives me exact numbers. I did read that 13 people had died in 10 years, but that was a report from like a decade ago. I don't know what is the status now. Knowing the risk that one would be taking by going on the road, do I still recommend the ride though? If you are in good physical shape, then absolutely yes. This ride remains one of the highlights of my entire trip in South America, and definitely from Bolivia. Um, the scenery was absolutely stunning. Getting to ride under the waterfalls, through the water streams, it was an amazing, memorable experience. I don't think I can have such an experience again, so I would absolutely recommend it. But you have to be you have to be aware of your own physical state and take a call on this. If you do make it to the death road, then good luck. I hope you have a great ride.